Have you ever gained weight as you began a new workout routine? I gained 10 pounds in my first 6 weeks of rebounding. 10 pounds. Yes, I'm saying that with emphasis because it was a doozy to see that number pop up on the scale. But what if I told you that the number going up could actually be the first sign that your body is responding and your body is doing something right? That's what I'm going to unpack for you in today's video. Because when I started working out on the Rebounder, I was ready for many things, change included, partly because I was longing for change in my physical body and strength. I was also literally doing an activity that I had never done before. I was brand new to rebounding. And there was a lot of things there that I didn't know what to expect. What would it feel like for my body? And how would my body respond to it? Would it take to it? Would I get some of the benefits that I had seen other people talking about in their YouTube videos? And that's why you're actually seeing me right now rolling out a new rebounder, because I am open to change. I'm up for change. And for me, that includes being curious enough to try something different, to test out a new model if be, to learn more about how the bounce feels and how it affects my overall performance. But more on that tomorrow. Right now, I want to deliver on what I promised you yesterday. I want to help you to understand what might be going on inside of your body if you are gaining weight at the start of your workout journey, especially in those first few weeks. When you're trying something new, you're showing up regularly, you're being consistent, you're doing the work, and yet the scale is moving in the wrong direction. Because here's what happened to me. I made this commitment. I did it publicly here on YouTube, where I am showing up every day, bouncing with intention. I was also eating with more awareness, hydrating better, adding in nutrition supplements, all these things that I felt like were in the right direction, but the scale, wrong direction. It just kept going up and up. And by week 6, which was my third weigh-in, I was up a total of 10 pounds from when I started. And I remember staring at that number and thinking, what is even happening right now? Like, I thought there was something wrong with the machine. Like, I actually came all the way off, walked around, got back on, and did it again. And here's the part that confused me. I didn't feel worse, so I wasn't expecting the number to go up. And it didn't feel bigger, so I also wasn't expecting the number to go up. I felt stronger. I know I have more stamina because I can work out more without fatiguing on the rebounder. My joints feel better. I'm going up the stairs easier. My balance has improved. So why didn't the number on this scale reflect any of that? That's the question that led me to investigate and to research and to reframe. Here's the key. I wanted to have knowledge and awareness of what was going on in my body so I could reframe what could have become a failure, what could have discouraged me from moving forward, and instead use it as data. Remember yesterday's conversation? Use it as data to help me build better results from here. And that's when I learned about the body recalibration window. And if you're in a season like mine, starting a new bounce routine, you need to hear about this. The body recalibration window usually lasts for the first 4 to 8 weeks after you start a new movement practice. So like me, bouncing on the rebounder every single day, continuing to increase what I can do, especially if you're moving from a more sedentary lifestyle or you haven't been practicing something in that same amount of way. Okay, so me adding in the rebounder is very different than what I was doing previously. And during this recalibration period, your body is doing deep work, not the visible work, the deep work. Not the, take a picture and share it with everybody. Here's my progress pic. No, but the kind of transformation that starts underneath the surface in your cellular level. And this is exactly why the scale might go up, even when your health is moving forward. So let's break this down. First, you are storing fuel, and fuel weighs something. When you start moving consistently, your body begins storing something called glycogen. Glycogen is how your body holds on to energy, and it's made from carbs. So carbs like in fruit and oats and potatoes. But here's the part that nobody tells you. Every gram of glycogen pulls in 3 to 4 grams of water. So let's say your muscles store 500 grams of glycogen. That's totally normal. That's 1,500 to 2,000 grams of water. That alone can add in 3 to 4 pounds on the scale. This is your body stockpiling in little storage reserves, filling the shelf, so to speak, getting ready to support the work that you are doing. That weight, it's not fat, it's preparation, it's fuel for the workouts that you're doing. It's your body saying, I see what you're doing and I'm going to get ready to meet you where you're at. That's good news. Secondly, your body is healing, and healing in your body doesn't always look the same as you think in your mind. The micro tears in your muscle tissue after rebounding or strength training, those are normal parts of growth. And the healing in those micro tears require water, require nutrients, and cellular repair. This is all a good thing. This is how your body is designed. That healing process, however, can create some inflammation, some swelling, or even tenderness. Have you felt this? And it's not because something's wrong. It's just because your body is actively rebuilding with you. So think of this like renovating your kitchen. For a few weeks, it's total chaos. There's dust, there's clutter. There's no signs of it being beautiful yet, just the noise, yes? But when it's done, everything works better. It flows better and it looks great. That's what your body is doing. It's under construction, and that construction might just not be showing up on the scale yet. But that doesn't mean that you're backtracking. It means that you're restructuring. Third, muscle is denser than fat, and this can often get overlooked. And so many of you have been so kind to remind me of this in the comments. Muscle does take up less space, but it weighs more than fat, which means you can be shrinking in size, getting leaner and toner, and still watch the number on the scale increase. I know this might seem unfair, and it can be easy to get discouraged if you're only looking at the number. That's why we're doing this deep dive, to look at the evidence of what is happening in your body, because the number on the scale does not tell you the full story. What if you're getting stronger, more capable, more energized, and the scale just simply can't measure that kind of progress? That's what I considered for myself. So now I track differently. I track how I feel, not just physically, but emotionally. How's my energy? How are my moods throughout the day? How am I waking up? How do I feel when I work out? How do I feel when I get done working out? Do I still have energy to keep moving? I'm tracking my strength. What can I do more of? And I talked about a lot of this and tracking all these different things in yesterday's video. So I'm not going to go totally into this, because you can refer back to that video where I give you an entire list of a lot of different factors to be tracking. And this is going to help you to acknowledge all these different changes, all these different benefits that are taking place in your body. So if this is hitting home, like if you are acknowledging this, and at the same time, you're like, yeah, but there could be some frustration here. How do I keep my thoughts clean? How do I stay focused on the goal? I'd like to invite you to get my free guide that I've made for you. And it's going to walk you through the mindset behind lasting change. It's a short, powerful ebook full of journaling prompts to help you create better results on and off the rebounder. You can grab your free copy via the link in the description. Now, let me say this plainly. You are not failing if your weight goes up when you start working out more, especially if you've taken up something very different like rebounding, which is working your muscles in your body in a different way. You are adapting, you are recalibrating, you are rebuilding. Your body is not fighting you, because we know that the activity we're doing on the rebounder is gentle. It's learning to trust you again. Let me repeat that. Your body is learning to trust you. And this hits me big time. The idea that my body needs to learn to trust me to build confidence in what I'm doing with it every day, as I'm learning to move with it instead of forcing it, is like, it blows my mind, because I have done some aggressive attempts at beating my body into shape, or withholding food and asking it to starve and give me the results I wanted. Like, would you want to do something if you were starving? These are all the things that I have done that have not yielded me long-term results. In fact, my body has often engaged in growing more weight, and I think that's a little bit why I freak out when I see the number going up, because these past activities I have done have not been the best or have been more aggressive, and my body reacted by gaining weight because it was in shock. Now I'm gaining weight because my body is recalibrating, it's rebuilding, it's re-energizing, all these different things. It is a very different experience, and I'm having to go in this in a different way. So that's why I'm encouraging you to listen to your body. Focus on your goal that you're building, yes, but know what your body needs in this process. Take care of your body and go on this journey together. If you can relate to this, that your body's having to learn to trust you again, please share in the comments and let me know. You know I love to hear from you, and it encourages all of us to hear what you have to say. So when you think about your body recalibrating, don't give up, friend. Do not give up before things get good. Don't stop just because your old definition of progress doesn't apply here. Your body is remembering how to support you. Let it find the way. And if you're a person of faith, let me anchor you here. We're going to use Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. What you're doing now, this quiet work, this regular routine of showing up on the rebounder, this is seed planting season, friend. This is you planting the seeds that are going to grow and be amazing in your life. The scale's just simply not going to measure all that progress. The tape measure can't capture your resilience, but those changes are happening. So don't quit before the breakthrough, because you're not gaining, you're growing. Let the process continue. And tomorrow, I am going to tell you something that I've discovered with my new rebounder, the one that I rolled in at the start of this video. And I'm going to address this core difference I can already detect between my first rebounder and now my second rebounder. And I want to share this big difference with you because this is something you need to know. If you are bouncing right now, friend, or you're considering buying your own rebounder, trust me, you need to know what I'm going to tell you in tomorrow's video. Happy bouncing, friend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.